A story from a subscriber. I am married to my husband. For a little over 5 years we have been in love, but I have to admit that there has been some crack in our relationship from the beginning. Our fights stem from the fact that my husband, in my opinion, is inattentive to me. This has always been the case, and back when we were dating, he was always focused on his career. Despite this, we decided to get married. In hindsight, realizing that we should have resolved our issues first, they bonded over marriage itself, but we were naive and thought falling in love would be enough to get us through it. My husband promised to relax a bit and pay more attention right after we got married. We planned to go on a trip. Unfortunately, we didn't even go on the wedding trip because he got a job offer that required us to move. This was not easy for me, as I had to leave my family and friends in the past. Moreover, I also had to quit my job. I put my own career plans on hold to be with my husband. I kept telling myself that I just had to make some sacrifices so that eventually our relationship would work out. And we had a strong family. At first, my efforts seemed to come easy, but more of our friends and family kept reminding us that my husband was just working hard for our future. Of course, I also appreciated that about him, and believed that he just wanted us to have a good life. At one point, I wanted very badly to get pregnant and have a baby. I thought a baby would bring us closer together. But for 2 years, I never got pregnant. I don't know why. Apparently, the desire of one partner is not enough to have a new life. He didn't want children yet and always thought only about work and career. Ironically, it was his work that prevented us from enjoying each other's company. We were rarely close. I also felt like we were leading two different lives. Most of all, I hated his unwillingness to go out of his way to help me. Every time I asked him if we could go for a walk outside or have an occasional romantic date, he brushed it off. I needed his affection. However, he just said one day, "Stop it. You know I love you. Stop acting selfish. I'm getting tired. I don't need this." It was a very difficult moment in my life. I realized that I wasn't as strong as I thought I was, and I desperately needed my husband's attention. To distract myself, I went out for more walks on my own. It just so happened that I met a guy I met at the gym. Let's call him Jack. He was single, but he had rare encounters with the same girl. In a way, we had the same problem. It turned out that Jack and I had a lot in common, and we soon became very close. We would go to coffee shops together, then go out to dinner together. It was easy for me to go on these dates because my husband often worked late. Jack was paying a lot more attention, and that tempted me more and more each day. Naturally, it happened that one night I couldn't resist, and we ended up having intimacy, but we behaved unwisely and didn't use any kind of protection. I experienced a great sense of guilt afterward, but at the same time, my heart felt a sweet excitement that I was so desirable and was getting a lot of attention. My affair with Jack lasted about 3 months, but I realized that I was not in love with him. He admittedly didn't love me either. Thus, we agreed to end the relationship before my husband or his girlfriend found out. As for me, I certainly didn't need to complicate my life with love affairs. Imagine my shock when, about 2 weeks after my affair with Jack ended, I found out I was pregnant. There was no doubt that the baby was Jack's. I had not yet told either my husband or Jack about my pregnancy. At first, probably out of fright, I wanted to have a secret abortion and forget it like a bad dream. But then I thought that the innocent life in me was not guilty of anything and deserved to be born. You cannot imagine how long I waited for this pregnancy, but only from my husband, and nothing worked, and here, from a single, unprotected act and pregnancy. Now I'm sure I want to keep this baby. I just don't know what to do next. Soon my belly will start to show, and I think I will make the decision to tell Jack and my husband. My friend suggested that I shouldn't tell Jack the truth about the baby, and also said that I should just make my husband believe that the baby is his. I'm ashamed to admit it, but I've really been mulling it over. I don't know if I can live with this, plus our problems with my husband haven't gone anywhere. My husband will probably do a paternity test and leave me as soon as I tell. Don't really need help making a decision. What to do next? I don't know.